Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to All Things Hoops TV. You know what I'm saying? We here. It's Monday. Grateful. You know what I'm saying? Grateful. Still quarantined, but grateful. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we got a special guest tonight. You know, my guy, Mike McLeod Jr. A lot of y'all may not know him. A lot of y'all might definitely know him, but we gonna sit and kick it with him, see what's going on with him, see what you know what I'm saying, run through his journey. Marcus Hatton, what up? What's going on, man? I gotta get you on there too, man. There go my guy right there, man. Look, my guy's early. My guy's early, man. My guy don't play around. Yo, I just sent it, boss. Yeah, yeah, we gonna do that, man. Definitely, man. I sit and chop it up with you. Yo,
What
yo,
up, B?
my boy.
Ain't much, B. How you?
I'm chilling, man. How you, bro?
Chilling. Everything good. You can hear me good?
Yeah, yeah, everything great, man. Let me make sure this radio's off and all of that.
All right, yeah, I had to set that up. My boys watching in the other room. Make
Yeah,
sure
my
they good to
boy.
see. They get to hear some things and whatnot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What's going
But
on
just
with you,
chilling.
man?
Like I said, anybody already know.
Yeah,
All
straight
day,
out of
every day.
Forster.
All day, every day. I'll be right back. Let me get them
Straight out
straight.
of Forster Projects, man. A lot of y'all may not know. Well, we're gonna get into it, man. But I know I've known this guy since, man, maybe about 1992,
Yeah, it's been a
1991,
while,
92,
bro. It's been
something
a
like
while,
that.
bro. Yeah.
So yeah, man, we're gonna get right into the festivities, man. Without getting too far into it. Today we got a special guest, Mike McLeod Jr. A lot of y'all may know him, a lot of y'all may not know him, but you know what I'm saying? Either way, we definitely gonna get a good story out of Mike. Mike was definitely one of those elite dudes coming out of New York City. But without further ado, before we get into the proceedings, I gotta definitely shout out the sponsor. All definitely gotta show respect to Soul Pack. Soul Pack
Definitely,
is
definitely.
a bag manufacturer. And they got some, they've been lacing me with some good stuff, man.
Oh,
And
nice.
this is my classic bag right here, where the sneakers go into the sides. This is
Fire.
the old school string bag. But
Fire.
yeah,
I
man, some
definitely got
great.
to get that hoodie, bro. That hoodie was crack.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have all of that, man. But in terms of these bags right now, it's definitely Soul Pack. And you know what I'm saying? We definitely rocking with them. They rocking with us. And that's what it is. But yeah, welcome, man. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to come rock with me, man. It's been a minute since I actually seen you. But for the people that don't know, um, Mike and I, we go back, you know what I'm saying? We go back all the way to maybe 12 years old. Um, so
Neighbors.
yeah, we practically neighbors. He was from one project, and I was from the next project, like pretty much across the street type of situation. And through this basketball game, and through bouncing this orange ball, we got to know each other. We met up at Milbank. We played together. We played against each other. But nonetheless, you're definitely considered to me one of the toughest dudes. You know what I'm saying, to grab that rock out of especially our area, but
Yeah,
in the New York City area. So
word.
definitely show that respect. Yeah, we got Milbank in the building, man. Ty Boogie, what's up?
What up,
We
Ty?
got Scott. Oh, we got Milbank, and
I
I
see
know
him.
a lot of Milbank gonna show up tonight. But
Yeah, we gonna get him in there.
yeah, so Foster Projects, Milbank, Manhattan Center, You know, the list goes on, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I've been a few places, bro.
yeah, we've been a few places, man. But
I had a lot of 10-day high school contracts.
yeah, yeah, word, man. But you know, in terms of your, you know, for the people that don't know you, that haven't grown up with you, where did this passion for basketball come for you? You know, at what age? And you know, yeah, just how did you start just kind of playing the game?
Um, Yo, it started, man, when we got to the projects, man. Me and my mom's moved to the PJs, and at the time back then when we was young, it was crazy out there.
Yeah.
So she ain't want to have me in the projects. I wanted to play ball, but she ain't want to have me in the projects. So she sent me to Milbank. At that time, when I got to Milbank,
What age?
I met,
What age? How old were you when you went to Milbank?
I was about like 8 or 9,
Okay.
8 or 9 when I started playing, and I went to Milbank. And Wayne always tell me to start a banner. My the architect of all this with me and whatnot. Like
Shout
my
out to Wayne
pops,
Banner. Yeah.
he said I came in the gym and I just wanted to play ball, and I stuck by him every day after that. He said I was just around him every day, and then from there, my day ones was there as well. Chop, Bronski, Sarah, Rel, Smile, JMO, Floyd,
The
just
list goes on.
Smalls, Sarah. You know what I mean? The list goes
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And we it just clicked, like, you know what I mean, and we were just playing every day.
Yeah, it was, you know, back in that era, and it's crazy that I'm calling it an era, you know what I'm saying? But back in that time period, it was like, you know, you can go to different hoods and with your five and you know what I'm saying, play 5-on-5 versus the other teams, you know, projects five and y'all build that friendliness or that, you know what I'm saying, that camaraderie through basketball. Nowadays you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't do that.
Can't even do that.
A lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, especially in East Harlem, you know, with the gun violence and everything like that. Um, but yeah, man, you know, talk about the early days when, you know, when you would, you know, go with your fives to different hoods
Yeah,
and
man. Like, see, for us, it was different because we had Foster. So everybody came to us. Y'all came over almost
yeah,
every
yeah,
night
yeah,
to hoop.
yeah,
We had like the best court that had lights.
yeah. We ain't had no courts, period.
Exactly.
They deaded
So
us.
everybody used to come to the projects, no
Yeah,
matter what. I'm coming to hoop. I'm coming to hoop. I'm coming to hoop. We used to hoop 5-on-5 in the projects. Anybody come at time. Like I said, y'all would come over there.
all
Dell and
time of
them.
night, like all
Yeah,
time.
Dell and Roscoe and all of them would come
Yeah,
through
yeah,
and
yeah.
come hoop, and then just the elite people from in my neighborhood was hooping. Like I said, Lynetta, Puss, L, Rye, like
Yeah,
we had
yeah,
it
yeah,
our hood,
yeah.
so we balled against each other. That was good enough. But then everybody else used to come. Late night, we be sitting out there in the circle getting it in
Right, right. And anything could lead to a 5-on-5 game. You
real quick.
walking, you walking past another projects, they see you, y'all start talking trash. Next thing you know, you asking where the shorts at.
Word,
Joe, what up,
real
Joe?
quick, real quick. Like I said, I remember going to Johnson, playing on the video
Yeah,
over there, way deep in
yeah,
Johnson.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Like I said, the tournament that we had on the other side by the, what is that? The El Barrio, the
Yeah,
train
yeah,
track and
yeah,
all of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what we met. Like I guess it was a tournament in Taft Projects that was more like a in-house. It was more like an in-house tournament, right?
yeah,
We were all like 11, 12 years old. They were trying to give something to the kids to do, and this was something that just kind of came about. And so they had a draft and everything, and
yeah,
um, and we like, oh, yo, I know myself. I'm thinking like, oh, this is gonna be light. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be light. God, from my hood, I seen everybody play. You know what I'm saying? I know how everybody played. It's gonna be light. Next thing I know is you coming up with Dan on the same team and
yeah.
Troy. Oh man, those are the days, man.
Yo, the good old
Radio.
days. And that's what's missing from basketball now, man. Like, yeah, we played anywhere.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
played
Time.
anywhere. There was always tournaments that was going on and stuff like that. Like you said, when you bring up that from, like, I think you had Wingate on.
What's up? Yeah, had Wingate. Yeah, had
Yeah,
Wingate.
Wingate was talking about the same thing. 875. Like
875
that
league.
was
Yeah.
it. Just Say No,
Yeah.
Citywide. Like it was all right there in Harlem. You ain't had to go but 10 blocks one way and 10 blocks the other way, and there's about 30 tournaments going on.
Nah, of
So
course.
like it was love. And back then, like you said, we was able to go from Foster to Tab to Johnson to Wagner. It ain't like that now, nowadays. So, it's tough for the kids now, but back in the day, man, we could go anywhere, play there. We go to 45th and play in
Yeah.
that park,
LaGuardia
Minister,
House. Yeah, you had to
LaGuardia
stop. You
House,
had to make these
man,
stops. You had to make
LaGuardia
these
House.
specific stops. Yeah. You
Yeah,
had to. There were some places that you just had to. You're gonna see. You're gonna see who's out there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be
right.
LaGuardia House, or you go over here to Johnson Project. You go to, what I'm saying? You go to Foster. You're gonna see everybody who you need to see, especially at these like Milbank. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming to Milbank. You're going to Douglas.
Yeah,
So, you know what I'm saying? It was a special time. It was definitely a
word.
special time.
I see a lot of people, a couple of family in here. So shout
Oh,
out to everybody that's in here and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I got some things, we
yeah.
gonna run down in this. I gotta clear the air about a lot of things that happened over the years that a lot of people ain't really know what's going on. So we
Yeah.
gonna clear that up tonight.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with that. Sarah, what up, man? That's family too, man, right there.
Yeah, definitely.
But
That's day one.
so all right, so y'all get pretty much Milbank was a meeting place for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how important in your development personally, both basketball and off the courts, Milbank had what kind of effect that Milbank had on you.
Yo, it was major, man. And I talk to people about this today. This is kind of why would I do what I do now? You know what I mean? Why I do the programs and the trainings, and I'm trying to
Right.
start after school and stuff like that. Milbank, for me, was one of the best places ever. You know what I mean? Like, other centers didn't have everything that we got. We had a pool, indoor, outdoor court,
Right.
all of that. So, like I tell people, like, Harlem was like Disney World. Like, everything I needed was right here. And at Milbank, from the basketball side of things all the way to how the people treated us there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's what I say for our era. Right now, yep, Miss New Ball, I see it. I still talk about that. I talk about that study now, play later, man. But for this era now, they got a lot of kids working with kids. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Back when we came up, we had adults that worked with kids who had real life experience and was able to really teach us something and say, yo, Mike, you got to chill. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's the one thing I say about Milbank. And I tell everybody to this day, like, the guys who was coaching me and learning the game at that time, we was all learning together. But what they did show me is how to be a good man, how to be a stand-up man, how to be who I am today as far as how I deal with my kids, how I help out other kids. So that is one of the blessings that I got from Milbank is that I felt the love. I was a single
Right.
dad. I mean, my mom's was, single moms, nobody there. But all of those guys, like you said, Guy Hughes, all of
Oh,
them, all of them helped develop me in some form of way.
what
From
up?
Wayne Banner, like I said, the architect, my pops, uh, Kev, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Coach
shout out to
Kev, just being there
Kev,
for
Wayne
me.
Banner,
You know what I mean? Like
Casper.
Kev, no, we talk all the time, and I tell him I love him. To
Netta in here.
Casper, to
Yeah, Casper.
Casper, Mike Bright.
Cass actually sent me. He sent me to prep school.
Oh
Word.
yeah,
So
you was at Tab.
nah. I
You was
was
at,
at
no, at
Salisbury.
Salisbury. At Salisbury, that's right. You was at
Smalls was the
Salisbury.
tab.
Yo,
Yeah,
Cash used to have the sneakers from Salisbury with the number 11 on them and all that. I never forget that, bro. When he used to come back.
That's my guy, man. But
So love you too, Cash. But those guys, Ed Britt, Rose, um, Dexter, Tucker, like all of the
yeah.
men at Milbank, from the lifeguards to the janitors,
Kelsey.
Kelsey, everybody like had their hands in on me as far as developing me as a man. So I do appreciate that because a lot of the stuff that I learned from them, I still use to this day, and I pass on to other kids as well.
Reed, salute.
Reem, my guy, what's up, baby? I got some stuff to talk about with you too.
Siobhan, for sure.
Word, Siobhan, definitely. And like I say, not even just the men, like she said, the ladies. Miss Lugo, Siobhan, Stacy, Asia, like everybody. Like it to me, it's still a great place, and I'm so happy to see all the things that are going on there now, because I feel like how some people say, like, I don't care what nobody say, man. I'm Mr. Milbank. They done said it before. I'll stand again. That's
I was
mine.
about to ask you. I
respect what everybody else been doing, but that's always been me. You know what I mean? With me and my family, married, you know, like Puss said, married, like love all them people, man, and still to this day they still show me love and treat me like I'm still Lil Mike. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that from them and everything. And like I said, and on a basketball tip, what Milbank showed me is how what Wayne and Mike Bright and Coach Kevin Olin was, yeah, we played hard. That was it. You put it out there. You dive on the floor, scrape your elbows, whatever it is that's going on, you get after it. You get after it. We play.
What up, Chop?
Chop, what up? I'm going to come through the mall too. But, yo, that's what it was. You know what I mean? Like, we played hard. And at the time, especially when Mike Bright got there, everybody knew. Ain't no easy baskets.
Right.
Oh, we Charles Oakley, Xavier McDaniel, you go to the hole, you gonna get one of those.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They asked, that was the kennel. That was the kennel, Sean.
Yeah. And then, like I said, when Mike Bright came on, Twizzy, when Mike came on, we was, like I said, Monkey Drills, Pujo, Day, Ra, all of them, man. Like, it was amazing, bro. And all of this is going on before we even got to high school. So we was going through. We was killing. You know,
I got shot my guy out, man. My guy Joe Weezy right there.
Word to mother.
Me and Joe, we definitely won an 875 chip together. Definitely. Yeah,
Word.
That's my guy. When Lou Guns was on our team. Oh,
yeah,
man,
Lou.
Yeah,
Joe know. Me and Joe was talking the other day. Joe pulling boards down. That's all I got to do is get open.
Yeah,
he gonna grab that.
Joe was like Kevin Garnett. Joe was Kevin Garnett before that, for the hood, like.
Word. You know what I mean? Classic. All, like, it was just special. And like I said, a lot of the people that ventured off into other places started out at places like Milbank, Douglas, East Harlem, stuff like that. Later on, they, moved on. Like Wingate. Wingate was always around us. Yeah. He grew up with us, younger than us and stuff like that. He played for a little bit, but when his time came, he branched out and went to
go to the bigger pond, bigger lake.
Yeah. So, like you said.
Yeah, Elton did the same, you know what I'm saying? With
everybody at one point did it. And that's what I say into that. Like Bronski, day one, same thing. What happened at that time was, back in the days, from the stories that I've heard from Wayne and everything like that, everybody and their mother was trying to get me to play for them. Yeah. Riverside, Gaucho.
Yeah. I was about to ask you this. Like, I know it was in demand.
Projects, stuff like that. Come talk to me. I would talk to some of the people from Gauchos, but at the time, I'm going to say this is how Wayne was. Yeah, you couldn't play with none of Wayne players. Wayne would take your head off. Oh, you talking to one of my players without me? They knew better at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was no interaction. I ain't deal with none of them. I was cool with my peoples. If Wayne didn't say it was a go, or Coach Kev or Milbank or whatever didn't say it was a go,
right.
Couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So we went through that, winning. I've got homecoming, Rucker, championships, MVPs, stuff like that. I've won more championship MVPs like that during that stage when Wayne was there. Because, like I said, we were just balling. Bronski, me, Chop, all of us, like Rel, everybody.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Sarad, everybody was coming. Even the younger generation, when Smalls and them was hooping, and Pete started coming up and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I told Pete I was better than him for 14 days, man, and then I don't know what happened, but he just started taking it extra serious, man, and
yeah.
But yeah, man, it was definitely a special place, man, especially right there in the hood. It's kind of in central Harlem, so it's accessible to people from all areas, and it was definitely a place that you know, we definitely hold dear. Like somebody just mentioned that we should hold a reunion. Man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I'm with
Definitely.
it. Yo,
Yeah.
and you can't see it now, bro. It's covered up. Yo, it used to say Milbank on this side, 118th, and on this side, it used to say Foster, 115th. That's how
Yeah,
real
of
that's
course.
always been.
And that's that pride. That's the pride that you
Love my hood, love,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And and my bad for cutting you off. Like to
what
go
up, bro?
with what happened at Milbank, and I've talked to some of them after Eric Fogel. You know what I'm saying? That was there.
Yeah.
I had a lot of great men around me that was still learning the business about basketball. Still to this day, they learn it. I'm learning. So I understand it more now than what it was. Like I said, when Wayne took us on and things like that, he was still a kid himself. You know what I mean? I might have been 11, but Wayne might have been 17.
Right.
And at the time, you know, like you're still learning about. So what could you really? He couldn't. We didn't go to that next level. He told me how to be one of the toughest players, play hard, and do this. But as far as like anybody could say, man, no, I never worked out. I was never putting up 1,000 shots, 500 shots, doing dribble drills. We just played all day, like you said, running all night, sun up to sundown.
Right.
So
right.
for some of the other people that learn these things, or like you said, that got into things about the training, they moved on to other facilities or was working with people that had a little bit more experience at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I tell people when I think about it, is that anything that you ever seen me do is something I seen and just went and did. Spin move, 360, whatever it wasn't no practice to it. It's like, okay, let's do it.
But yo, with you, like Book said just now, you was already nice. You know what I'm saying? You came out the womb nice or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking 10, 11, 12 years old. It was like a phenom type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you had that kind of game, and the fact that you showed that loyalty to Milbank, definitely spoke to your character. Now when you got a little older, you started to play street ball, and I know that was an important part of your development.
Well, look, I'm gonna give you this before we even get there. That how it all started. Like I said, at one point when I was going to we was getting ready to go into high school to get ready to. I wouldn't even think about high school. My man, shout out Yambo Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Yams was a Terrence Richard fan. I tell Terrence this all the time. Yams was a Terrence Richard fan. I used to go to Yams' house, watch the games when Terrence was at Texas. But then found out Terrence went to St. Ray's. Yams wanted to go to St. Ray's. I didn't know nothing about it. All right, cool. Let's check it out. We check it out. I go up to a camp up at St. Ray's. Kill. I end up hurting myself, though. Couldn't play after that. Towards the championship. That's over with. Next thing you know, I get a call. Yo, we got a scholarship for you to go to St. Ray's. We want you to come in as a freshman, play freshman, and then the next year, Reem is a senior this year. You're going to fill Reem's spot. What? Don't know what's going on, not knowing what's what. Of course, at that time, St. Ray's just coming off of back-to-back chips and all of that. Why wouldn't I want to go? That's one of the hot things. Y'all want it. But at that time, at the same time, that's when Wayne, it was some issues that went on at Milbank when Wayne had to depart and the staff that we had to depart from Milbank. Okay. So Wayne went on, he did his Riverside thing, or Gauchos at the time. Everybody else moved around and stuff like that. And I stayed because, like I said, Milbank was home, and it didn't sit right with me because throughout my whole career, it was like, you don't go play for them. You don't play for them. You don't go there. You don't go there. You don't go there. So now he went there. I was tight. We fell out for a little while. Like me and Wayne wasn't speaking, none of that. I just was doing my thing. That's when I was playing for Casper. That's when Cass started coaching, and me and Rel playing Rucker and all this and stuff like that.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, and the same thing with that. I was talking to Speedy not too long ago, and I told him, I said, yo, one day you played out there. I made the papers, though, the same day that he played out there. I think I was like 14, 15. Yeah, I probably caught about like 5 or 6 dunks one game. Dude went crazy. There's no way possible. He 15. He going crazy. It was me and Sauce, me and Rel playing. Yeah. And I never forget to play. We killing them, whoever this team was. I caught a couple dunks already. Rel, trying to get Rel a dunk. I threw Rel an alley. He went to catch it. He couldn't catch it, so he threw it back to me. Yo, I came through flying. Dude, threw it on him, swinging on the rim. Dude ran all on the court. This kid, no way. Next thing you know, I'm in the papers, 15-year-old kid doing this. And right after that, I tell you this, Speedy went crazy. I seen him probably caught like 10 dunks in the first half that same game on 45th in Washington. You know what I mean? So we did all of that. I played for Casper for a while. After I played for Cass, and I'm at the age of 15, going into 16, I went uptown.
So
I started playing.
So what high school were you in, and were you playing high school ball at this time?
Okay, so the high school situation, like I said, I went to St. Ray's. My freshman year, I played freshman. Like I said, Rain was the senior. They had the whole crew. I had to wait it out. But I killed freshman. Killing.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the whole year. I ended up being ranked 15th freshman in the city at that time after that year. And I only played half a season. Still ranked. My brother, Ron Artez, other guys, so on and so. Chop was on there. My guy, Pete Mully in the building. New York City, Mr. Basketball. I love you, my guy.
Yeah, St. Ray's representative.
Yes, St. Ray's all day. We was just, like I said, went up there, played, did my thing freshman year, but I failed off towards the end of the season.
Right.
I was set to be what was told. I was being replacement. But because I didn't finish the year, because I didn't finish the year like I was supposed to, I couldn't start my sophomore year playing varsity right out the beginning. I had to get my grades up and do that. In between all that time, I forgot what school it was, but my man Bernard Barrows, B. Barrows, he was at a school out in Jersey. It closed. So in that time, hey, B. Barrows, another elite New York City guard, he needs somewhere to go. I wasn't able to play. They brought B. Barrows in.
Barrows. Yeah, they brought him right in.
Yeah, came right into it. He playing, doing his thing. I'm playing JV. Couple of injuries happen. I get moved up to Vars mid-season. All right, I'm on Vars. I'm playing. I wasn't really getting too much playing time in the city because I'm gonna tell you straight up, like it could have been one thing, but a little bit of the Gauchos Riverside Milbank thing. We got to showcase who we need to showcase at that time. Right. And but when I went out of town, I got clipped 16, 17 coming off the bench at that time. But I went towards my sophomore year. I went and got my tat with Just the Panther. And the Panther came from Lawrence Moten. Lawrence Moten had Just the Panther, the outline. And when I seen it, I was hooked and I got mine.
At what age? At 16, 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it at 16. I got it over the Easter break. I came back to the school. It was sophomore year. We was about to get ready to go into like the Catholic high school playoffs. And I'm in the classroom one day and I get a call on the loudspeaker. Mike McLeod come down to Gary DeCesa's office. All right, I come downstairs. Yo, what's up? You know, I'm hearing you got a tat, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I got a tat. Show him the tat. Oh, you can't play with this tat. Why not? Oh, you can't play with the tat. Not to go into the details of everything, but you can't play. You know, I want to be PC with this, so bottom line, you can't play. My thing was that year before.
Crazy, Mike.
you know, a couple of people had tattoos the year before. We had somebody that was coming in that next year that had a tattoo. My man Kazi,
Man, this is
that
yeah,
transferred
this is
over
around
from
the
Rice.
time where everybody's running and getting a little tat, coming back
Yeah,
to
we going to
school.
get something.
Yeah.
So when that happened, not to say it like this, I didn't argue none of it. It was like, you know what? I can't play. Cool. I went to the game. I watched. I supported when they played at when they played against LaSalle at what's the name? Yo, I don't know why I didn't go to Rice, bro. I always think about everybody saying like, yo, Rice was right down the block. Like, why you ain't go? I don't know. It was never really no talks. It just went straight to St. Ray's and they was bands. But yeah, went through that, sat in the office. My moms came up to the school. We talked, tried to work it out. Yo, let me cover it up. Let me put something on it. Nah, we can't do that. It's either you gonna get this.
They was just set into trying to run you, railroad you into the
Yeah,
ground.
but for specific reasons, and like I said, can't cover it, can't do nothing. We used to wear shirts one sleeve off, one sleeve on. How about you wear it this way? They wasn't with it. I leave. I'm getting all types of calls. Amsterdam News, all whatever the Amsterdam, whatever it was they had at the time that did the paper.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? They trying to push me to, not to say this, at the time, press charges because they felt like it was a discrimination thing. Like, yo, that was wrong. There's no way that I was kind of on it, but I wasn't because I
Just want to play ball, like
yeah. And then I just got the call. My brother Sarah was at Manhattan Center. I went to Aki was there like the week before
yeah.
school. I'm talking to Sarah on the phone. We got Aki on the three-way. They all talking about, yo, where you gonna go to school at? I'm like, I don't know. They like, yo, why don't you come to Manhattan Center? I'm like, all right. And that was it.
Well, I remember
Like
that too.
it was like, all right. I didn't have nowhere else I was going.
It's
So
like, yo,
I think,
how they gonna just get Mike out of nowhere? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
well, look,
Sarab, Mike, Aki, Dana. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
a couple of people. Now
Yeah, a few people
that
over there. Like,
went there, played, same thing. At the time, that was just me not being on it the way I should, so I didn't really get the full stint. I never played a full season of high school basketball.
right.
Not once.
So with that said, right now you've been at a few different different high schools in a short period of time. How did that affect you in terms of going to the next level with respect to college, college recruiting? Were schools looking at you? Did you get any interest? How did that go?
I heard about some things, but I didn't hear about stuff till later. I heard about stuff that people was looking at me from my sophomore year when I was at St. Ray's, but when I left there,
Yeah.
none of that came over because from what I heard, Gary D ain't really let people know about them getting recruited till like their junior year.
Right.
So I didn't hear about none of that. And then we left on bad terms. Like I didn't really
Yeah.
speak to Gary D until I was like in college. And I seen him one day at Kingdom. That was the first time I spoke to him since all of that happened. But before
Wow.
that, nothing. The only person I kept in contact with was my Greg Scott. And St. Ray's still show me love because I used to go up to St. Ray's. Everybody mess with me, love me, but Coach Scott was the one. But I had a few looks there. I had a few looks at Manhattan Center, but it was the same thing. It was more local. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was nothing concrete.
Right.
So throughout that, I had some family in Ocala, Florida that went to school and stuff like that. And my cousin somewhere down the line was Dante Culpepper and Kenny Rogers. So they went to the school called Vanguard Preparatory School. So, back then the prep school thing was still kind of new.
Yeah.
Not knowing about
Especially
all of that.
it wasn't new. It was new to us because they
Yeah,
just
it was
started
new to us.
they
And
just
not
started really opening the doors to us like that.
Yeah. So I went down there thinking prep school. It was just named preparatory school. It wasn't a prep school. It was a regular high school. So when
Game
I got
time, what up,
down,
game time?
yeah, when I got down there, my eligibility was done. Because they was like, yo, you played 4 years in the city. We can't bring you to this school and you play.
Right, and
So,
restart eligibility, right?
yeah. So during that time, like I said, I wasn't doing that. I was coming back and forth. I'm in New York. At that time, that's when I was uptown. So going into that, my man Nut came down, no more, came down. got me from the projects, took me uptown. I started playing for my man Lee. NFL Wolves, my brother for life, Big L and them. I started running with them.
Yeah.
15 years old, playing in the Blacktop tournament on 139th. I took Elton up there with me. At the time, I brought High Octane, my man John uptown with me, things like that. We were playing there. That's when I met another one, my man Lex. Once I met Lex, it was over. I ran with Lex after that. I started playing with Abbo, and it was me, my man Ra, just everywhere doing what we do, playing what was that, like the Abyssinia gym? What was it, the St. Mark's gym that used to be around the corner on 38? Like, I played for them, and we was playing everywhere and killing. Me and Rock, Rucker, there, like we was killing. So I didn't know no better to really focus on school. I knew I was getting all my clout and fame and street publicity for as basketball from playing street ball.
Right,
I wasn't getting it from school. So it was like, all right, but I'm over here. So in between all of that, like I said, even at Manhattan Center, we went to, I played 55th at 16. You know what I mean? I played 55th at 16, 17. Me, I had Akeem on my team. I had Dana on my team and a couple other people. We played with Michael Bivens, with Biv 10 and all of that. And
I remember you came back with the jersey, and I was like, "Oh, Mike got got the EBC joint." Oh,
that's when it was crucial when you would get your jersey and walk all the way from 55th all the way back to the project just to show everybody you got your uniform.
Them shorts, man. I want to wear those right now.
I still got my jersey. I got all my 55th jerseys, especially that one. That's a keepsake. So I did all of that, playing with Lex and them and doing all of that. And like I said, went away to school. It wasn't a prep school, but at the time when I was there, because the coach loved me so much, he let me practice and go with the players wherever they was going. So anybody who was getting recruited, he threw my name in. Right, and at the time, we had a player at Ocala by the name of Anthony Reasons. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He played for Gonzaga. He was at Gonzaga with Adam Morrison and whatnot.
Okay.
He played there. I mean, he played there later, but I used to go on all my visits with Ant. Anybody who was recruiting Ant, coach would put me in. Yo, I got this point guard from New York. I go do my thing. At the time, did my thing. I was in Central Florida. I ended up going to Central Florida Community College because they offered me a scholarship right off rip. Okay, yo, we like you, same weekend. Here. You could go ahead and, we want you here. Did that, went back to New York, finished some things up, did what I had to do, and then came back that following year. Now, like I said, in between all of that, a lot of stuff is going on. I'm a New York dude, so, I'm out of town just doing things I probably shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. And throughout that time, I caught a case. You know what I mean? Before the season started. I was playing on the team, but I caught a case out there, and I got locked up in Florida, and I spent like a month and a half in jail during that time.
Right.
And when all of that was going on, they playing and everything like that, and I just lost out on that year. Like that did a lot for me. I was coached by Gene Smithson, famous coach at the time. He used to coach Xavier McDaniels, all this stuff, nice facility, but when I got locked up, that changed everything. I'm going to court. I'm living in Miami, back and forth to court, doing all this stuff and whatnot. And then at the same time, they won't let me leave because I'm from New York. I hit flight rates.
How did that change your mind frame in terms of, the state of mind that you have in terms of progressing on the court? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you thinking at this point, like, damn, I caught a case, it might be over? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your mind, your state of mind like at this time?
Well, with that, like I said, and that's what when I go back to it, you've been around me before. I played basketball because I could play. There was never no rhyme or reason to it. That's why I'm so adamant about what I do now, because the guidance that I needed that could have took me to the next level, it wasn't there. Not by anybody's fault. It just wasn't there. Right. So I never thought about like that, like everything, like you said, I tell the story, like anytime somebody offered me, like all I knew is, oh, y'all gonna pay for school? Cool, I'll go. Like I didn't know, I'm gonna tell you this, I never took an SAT or, what's her name? Went to school. no
Word.
tests, no none of that. Went to school. You know
So
what I'm
you from
saying?
that
Like,
you from that era where somebody throw you a jersey, throw you a shirt, yo, get in
I'm suiting
and
up. What
play
else I'm
ball. Like,
doing? So, and
right,
that's
right.
how it's always been. So at that time, it was never like that. Because as soon as that happened, Lex and them already had some things in play for me. And I'm going to say this on everything, Lex and them bailed me out. Lex and them got that money together. As soon as I called, yo, I'm this, that, the third, what you need? My mom's trying to teach me a lesson, made me sit for a little while. Oh,
Yes.
I don't care. You need to learn. Da, 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 da. So went through that. But Lex and them set it up to where when I came back that summer, I started playing with them again. We still playing. I'm playing
Right.
unlimited and all that with Abo and with Sean and them up at Minnesink with their team, with the team rock and all of that. And um Globe came into play. And yo, we love this kid, we want him. I was like, yo, I can't come back to New York and go to school because I don't, not to say that I don't want to live at home. I've been living on my own. I've been living on my own since 17.
Right,
Now to
right.
come back at 20 and I need a place to live. So they got me a place to live. They got me a place on 43rd and 8th Avenue. I'm living there. So since y'all got me the place, I'm coming to school. Came to school, same thing, going well. But the same thing with Coach Ken was he was still learning basketball as well too. You know what I'm saying? He was still learning how to deal with all of that. He couldn't deal with at the time all the characters that we had from my man Spider, my man E. Campbell, um, Rye was there for a second, but Rye had to step away because he had family things he was going on with. All the people that was in the picture with me when we did the slam shoot and all that stuff like that. We just had a brand new coach that couldn't deal with all of that. They didn't know how to deal with that.
Right.
So when he brought me in, we did the slam thing, and the crazy thing about it, they set the slam up, but I laid out how it was going to be done. I jumped on the rim, did all of that. Yo, we taking a picture like this,
Right,
and
right.
they went with it, and it just that picture, no lie, did some stuff because still to this day, people come home everywhere. I get people that might say like, "Yo, I seen you in the book."
Yeah. I
Seen
mean,
you
especially at that time,
at that time.
Slam magazine, you know, was an actual, it was like the Bible of all basketball, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's when you
And
had your print magazines. You run to the newsstand, go see what's the latest sneakers, see what
facts.
you know what I'm saying, the latest ball of they had the young editorials on, you know what I'm saying, young Baron Davis and all of these
Yeah.
young guys.
And
So,
that's what made it dope because at that time, that's when Vince Carter was on fire. That's when Vince was
yeah,
rapping Vince, dunking everything, going crazy, windmills. It
yeah,
just so
yeah,
happened Vince was on that cover after being so hot. So
yeah.
then, with that one, that first editorial, that's always like the first 2 or 3 pages. So as soon as you open the book, you go from Vince, oh shit, that's my man.
Right,
Oh,
right.
da, 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 da. Like so many people that was locked, everything. Yo, this. I've been times when I've been out of town. I never forget one time I'm sitting out, I'm with Flip, and we in the mall doing something, and somebody came up to me, yo, I know you. So I'm not thinking they talking about me at the time.
Right.
Yo, I know you. Yo, you was in the slam. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't even, but
Nah,
when
that's
I
fire
started
though.
to see that outside of the city and stuff like that, it was crazy. Like people really knew about that slam and could recognize me in certain places. And yo, you the guy from the slam, or I seen you before, or whatever it is and stuff like that. So
Yo,
stuff like
shout
that.
out to Skip, man. Shout out to J Mo.
Oh yeah, I
My
told you
guy
we gonna
Skip.
get into that because that's my brother from another, hands down. At one point in time, one of the best underrated players in the city. And
Nah,
Skip was I used to try and push for Skip so hard, and I know other people did. Yo, go away to school, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Leave,
yeah.
leave, leave, leave. At the time, he just wasn't ready for that. But they
Nah,
couldn't.
shout out to Skip, man.
Yeah, yo,
James is definitely one of the best dudes to come out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? With this handle wise, just basketball wise. You know what I'm saying? He was a
yo,
genius with that basketball, man.
he was somebody. Like I said, when we might have been in the circle running, he was in the back of the black gates working on his game.
Yeah.
All the time. I give Skip that. Skip really practiced. My building, my floor, I was on the 10th floor. It used to be 2 in the morning. I might look out the window and he doing moves all night long, working on his.
Making moves up. Like, yeah.
Me, I'm chilling. We might have just came back from skate key. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I tell him. Like, we could jump all over, because even with that, like, that's a lesson that I tell kids now today. I remember back in the day, me, Smiles, Ron Artest, Reggie Jesse, Eric Barkley.
His name ain't Smiles no more, man. It's franchise. Man.
You know, it is day one franchise. Like that, he gonna kill me for that. You know, but you know,
Smiley, man.
We all went to at the time. That's when Skate Key just got on 38th.
Yeah.
Right. Muggs was there too. Muggs was there that night. Muggs was out there with us that night.
Heck, Muggs, them Gaucho boys, man.
Yeah, shit. Me and Muggs had battles. Like,
Muggs. Yeah,
we went to Gaucho. We went to Skate Key. Came back end of the night. All of us. We still want to party. Yo, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. We doing everything all night. Word to mother. 5 in the morning. We in my house. People kind of sleep, not sleep, whatever, in the living room talking to everybody. This is when I told people I understand the difference between where I was and where I could have been. Ron Artest got up at 5 in the morning after we done hung out, did everything possible.
He slept 1 hour, 45 minutes he slept.
On the train going back to Queens and went to work out. Me, I went back to sleep for a little bit and then went up and went to Japs. You know what I'm saying? That was the difference. You know what I mean? I tell kids that all the time, like, yo, if I would have known what I know now, which everybody says, it could have been a lot different. And like I said, it's so much that went into that. Like I said, when and I'm sorry for jumping all over, but
nah, that's cool.
Like, even with Skip, like, yo, at one point, I don't care what nobody say, we put the block on. Everybody was coming to see Death Row. Shout out to my brother B High as well. We made that pop.
Wait. Who? What's the name was coaching y'all, right?
B High.
R.I.P. Quan, yo.
No, Quan wasn't coaching us. B High.
Oh, all right. Yeah. You're right.
Quan did it later on with other kids. Rest in peace to my brother Q. Dot also.
Word, man.
But yeah, we played for B High. That's when B was out there on his pop joint with the bandanas and making noise, and we wilding, and I had the selector and Birds and all of them on our team, and we played against everybody, and we was holding it down. I still got clips from when
DJ played with y'all a couple times too.
Yeah, like it used to be crazy, and that's why I say, like, even now when we look at 2K, and I tell people like that's that part, yo, that came from our era when we had that joint jump.
You know what though? I tell people this, and they look at me crazy, but in my opinion, Kingdom was the best tournament ever. Because and I know EBC got all of them players, like, you know what I'm saying, that didn't necessarily show up at Kingdom, but 85% of the players that played at EBC played in, you know what I'm saying, played in Kingdom. It was right there, you know what I'm saying, right there in our backyard, and it was, you know what I'm saying, it was just larger than life. You know, you got Booby Smooth, you got AG on the mic.
Definitely.
I remember the Maloof brothers was out there one time.
Yo, so many people
out there. Dame was running up and down.
Yo,
up and down.
It used to be so crazy to the point, like, you remember the let out after Kingdoms? How from Linux, from like 112 to damn near 2/5 pack, just from Kingdom games.
Yeah, it'd be like 4 or 5 different let out crowds, like.
And it used to be crazy. So, like, those things right there, even though I probably should have been somewhere else, I never regret that. Like, I love everyone because it made me to who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Our area, Harlem in general, was just special with the ball players and everything. And like I said, just jumping all over, like you said, like people came. Shamgard, Ali Mo, rest in peace, Skip to my Lou. Everybody played in Kingdom.
Yeah.
The
And
control.
you know what was good about that? Well, not being not being social media at the time, is the fact that you be in the crowd and it's so the just like the environment is just crazy, and then all of a sudden you hear the Black Widows in the building. Like that's the best.
Yo,
That's the
I got
best
a
feeling you can
I got
have
a
as a
crazy
spectator, man.
I got a crazy story for you on that one.
Yeah,
One day, Skip and Ali Mo supposed to play each other in Kingdom, probably on a Sunday or something like that.
yeah,
Ali Mo already out there. You know, when it's those type of games, everybody waiting. When it kind of rained off and on that day, people still, we trying to make sure the court dry. Exactly, Master Raw. Like those are the
Master
times that I played
Curry.
against. I played against Master Raw when I should have been at AAU. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right, right.
If I could get 12, 16 points in this, imagine what
Times
I
is
could have
different
to
though,
you more
Mike.
than
Times is
AAU.
different. And I was just having this conversation with somebody else. That times it was an unlimited. You know what I'm saying? The all the popularity was with unlimited, right?
Yeah,
So now you got kids that are 15, 16, 17. Now, if you're that good to showcase your talent, now showcase your talent on that top level, on that unlimited level. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Now is all high school. You know what I'm saying? The unlimited kind of phased out a little bit. But at that time, it was grown men playing. And if the kids were that nice, like yourself, like Lance Stevenson, I
yeah,
remember Lance was out there. They
yeah.
called him Sir Lancelot. You know what I'm saying? 15 years old. And he was out here doing what he do.
Yo, we played Kingdom, and I'm gonna say this, and maybe Jay Wingate remember this as well, or whatever, right? Me and Wingate, I was already playing, but they brought Wingate on as well. Radar, I see it.
Radar.
Um, Me and Wingate, I was already young. So I might have been like 15, 16, 17. They had Wingate, he played with us, but we had t-shirts. So
Yeah,
Jay was running. That's the time when his Uncle Cal used to play with the
yeah.
rainbow wig and all that and
Yeah,
whatnot,
yeah.
and had the joint jumping. So like you said, yeah, that was the thing. Like it wasn't go to AAU. Are you nice like that? Play with the big boys. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Come out here and play with them. Like I said, for us, that was AAU. That was where it was at. That's where everything counted, from that to playing with my guy Jose, playing up in Dykeman and going to what is that? What's the joint in the Bronx? Gun Hill, places
Yeah.
like that. Like I was there. I was all in place with my man Stevie and everybody. We was doing
Yeah,
it there.
you was out there at an early age doing
But
your thing, man.
even to go back with the Ali Mo thing, and that's the one thing that I wanted to touch on with this, right? Our city, when I told somebody I was going to talk about this, I watched the episode, the thing on Something in the Water with Kevin Durant, the other thing the other day. You seen it?
Yeah.
All right. So when a lot of other places, one, and I'm going to say this straight up and down, we the Mecca. I hope everybody see this or whatever. Everybody claiming they this, that, third. Stop it. We it.
Stop
We always gonna be it. I don't care what nobody. Yeah, D, I told you I was gonna talk about it, but no matter what, we the Mecca, it ain't never going to change. Now, what I said, when I watched that documentary, the reason why, and this goes to everything I talk about, the reason why a lot of them made it the way they did in other places, and they look, we doing it in DC, we doing it here. You know why? Y'all ain't have nothing going on there. It was nothing but basketball to do. If you didn't play basketball, you wasn't doing nothing. Your life was boring. Nothing was popping. Y'all wasn't going to nothing. It wasn't like, even like with me being down here, like, there's nothing going on day to day. Harlem, we rocking all day. New York City, we rocking all day long, every day. So we had so many other things to keep us occupied. After I get
Yeah.
off the court, I might be going to a party. I might be going to a block party. I might be,
Yeah.
y'all.
Not even doing nothing was doing something. Even just chilling and grilling. You know what I'm saying? Having a
Exactly.
barbecue.
And they don't have that. So when I'm watching it, like Michael Beasley, all of them, and this, that, and the third, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, no wonder y'all was in the gym all day. It's
Right.
nothing to do on your block. It's nothing to do over here. That's what you do.
Ty said
So,
he loved the South. Ty been
no,
to
I
Ty
do.
been Ty went to
I
the
love it.
South in 93 out here, 94. Ty never ain't been back since.
Yo, Mark, it ain't nothing like New York though, baby. You know how we talking. My man said it was going. He from the DMV. That's one of my players that played with me at Shaw here. He on there.
Yo, so
But
so tell me real quick how you get to Shaw University and was this around the time when Flip Murray was out there?
yeah, all right. So the Globe situation. I played 1 year at Globe. That year that I did the one that I did the thing, the magazine. After that, me and Coach didn't have. We had a little falling out about some things. We gonna keep it PC. And I franchise already went to Shaw.
Yeah,
He used to
he
tell
was
them
out
all
there.
the time. Yeah, he used to tell them all the time, yo, um, I got a cousin that played ball. Y'all should see him. Y'all should see him. Y'all should see him. At that time, I was done with what's that? He played 1 year college basketball. My cousin, God rest his soul, my cousin Donzel Rush, he played overseas. He been playing overseas for years. I was seeing that everywhere. He like, yo, Mike, I could get you on one of these teams. Come out to Florida and you could get a tryout. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to head to Florida. Smiles like, yo, ride with me. I'll drive you to North Carolina. You'll stop and see Shaw, and then you go to Miami and do your thing from there. I got to Shaw. I stayed that weekend. He told Coach Hop. I was talking with Coach Hop today. So Coach Hop, you on? Shout out to Coach Hop. Um, I was playing and flipping on him there, and I did my thing. And he was like, "Yo, if you want to stay, you can stay." And the same thing, like I told you, everywhere I go, they ask me like, "Yo," I'm like, "I ain't got that belt."
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
stayed, and at the time, I was a sophomore, so I wasn't really. I was ready to do that, but I wasn't hype about going overseas or trying to go overseas because back then, overseas still had a lot of stuff going on with it. There was no guarantees. I could
yeah,
end up in Bangladesh for $10 a week. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how things was going. So I was like, you know what? I'm only a sophomore in college. I'm gonna stay here and go to school. I stayed that summer. I didn't go back to New York. I stayed that summer out there, hanging out with Flip. Yo, we running with Flip. I'm taking him places. He working out, getting himself ready for his senior season. At the time, I had to take summer school classes. I was supposed to get my stuff transferred over from Globe to Shaw. Globe was a computer programming school, so a lot of my credits didn't transfer. So when I got there, I missed by one credit to be able to play that year with flipping them.
yeah.
So I was just practicing for a while. We got into some stuff. I just stopped practicing. That's when I did the dunk contest out there, the joint that you got the picture for,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I didn't have nothing else going on. We played me, Chop, my other guy, AG. We played intramurals. We won intramurals for our area. We won for North Carolina. We went to the big thing, but I got in trouble with that because we had a balloon fight at Shaw, and I threw something in the classroom, and they suspended me from going on a trip to Florida.
Yeah,
It was the end of the year, and Chopping them went on to Florida, won the joint. So I got we won that. I won the dunk contest that year. Flipping them won the championship and all that year, and it was golden. Flip was on his way to getting ready to go to the league. I used to be with Flip with the workouts when certain people came through. I was one of the people Coach Hop used to pull me, hey, come work out here too.
right,
So
right.
one of the workouts I worked out at the time or did the thing when Flip was with the Pistons. I was there, just me and him. One-on-one
Okay.
drills between me and him, doing individual drills and all of that and whatnot and stuff. And, like it was great. I learned a lot from Coach Hop, but what happened that next year when Flip went to the league, Coach Hop went with him. So
Mm.
now I'm in a situation that I signed to go to this school. We got a whole new coach. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole new
Yeah,
coach.
with a new
That,
system,
yeah, and
with
that
a new
was
point
he
guard and
was
all that.
yeah, he was old school. He was an old school guy. So you know how that's the one thing New York players, yo, y'all New York guys, all that dribbling. We don't want y'all. Just pass the ball, da 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 da. And that was back then when we were still feeding the post. It was all about trying to get the ball to the big man, running
Yo, Mike.
plays and stuff.
Yo,
So we
Mike.
had a couple,
My,
huh?
my my bad for cutting you off, bro. The timer is on, man. and we about to, you know what I'm saying, we about to run out of time.
Okay.
But yo, man, we definitely gotta do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most
Do it
definitely.
again. Part 2. You know what I'm saying? I definitely you know, appreciate you for taking that time out,
Same to
man.
you, bro.
And for sure, man, part 2, part 3, part 4, whatever, man. Just
Yeah, yo, I got you know I ain't get to go into
I
detail
know.
about
We
something,
gonna
but I
chop it
got
up
some other
though.
stuff.
Love is
Yeah,
love.
I know, we good.